Hello, thank you for being here, and welcome to the exploration to heal cellular imprints and memories of your second brain. Now, you may not know that there's something called a second brain, at least if you're a human, then scientists do specify that there is a second brain. It is the entire enteric nervous system and the GI tract, the stomach, the intestine, the entire area, and that system itself is called the second brain because the that nervous system holds 500 million neurons, and it stores all types of memories and information. So we're gonna do a tiny processing very soon, but before that, I want to give you a little bit of information about this particular program. As we expand our consciousness and as we play and explore all these different options, different types of tools, different types of cosmic energies aligning with our soul purpose, our higher vision, all of these. Sometimes, you may notice that you feel like there is something else that stops you, or there is something that you need to change that's deep inside you, but you just can't figure out what that is. Well, here's what happens. A lot of times, information and memories and different experiences of trauma, abuse, shame, guilt, betrayal, fear, and other types of sensations, thoughts, feelings, they are stored in that enteric system, that entire, either somewhere in the GI tract, the gastrointestinal tract, or somewhere in your stomach or intestines, because understand that they process a lot of information. They processed food when you were in the womb. So directly you absorbed a lot of things from your mother, and your mother absorbed that information from her surrounding environment. So through that entire system, you stored many types of different information, and some of that information is about limitations and restrictions because your previous generation, like the parents and grandparents, and what they have noticed, in their lifetime, there is also a lot of from them. There is also a lot of trauma, fear, and other energies that got passed down to you. Now, the other way information comes to you is from food, and it directly gets stored in that same system. So think about it. When you eat food, and especially in today's world, like all types of food have all kinds of chemicals in it, and especially if you eat meat, fish, then there is a lot of trauma and abuse that's in their system. These days scientists are finding out that a lot of times animals, when before they are slaughtered, they actually die because of fear, because they know what's coming. And that trauma and other types of trauma from their experiences is stored in their cellular memories. So when we eat that food, or when we eat different types of animals and even plants, plants have their own group consciousness. So when we eat anything these days, we also absorb a lot of that information that was stored in their memory system, and a lot of that has to do with trauma. Even if you're talking about eating vegetables, there's trauma about harvesting, trauma about other animals, picking fruits, or people saying things, people burning, the environment, or using chemicals. There's all kinds of stuff. So, from scientists, we know for a long time that plants have their own memory system, and they connect with us and they interact with us. If you go to a plant with the intention of burning it, it will send out the signal which is very similar to us screaming. And all of this is recorded. We have all the data. So we take all that energy and information, and when we eat, we process that information, and we store a lot of that in our cellular memories. So for that reason, after especially going through some of the major programs like becoming the guardian of your own universe and building your chakra supercomputers, programs like that, after going through and exploring this, this is something that has been showing up recently as a really important step for our next step in our consciousness evolution, because from the cells we need to release these energetic toxins, these traumas, these patterns of abuse that may have come because of your life experiences, or from your previous generations because they experienced different types of trauma and abuse. So these are coming from everywhere and all over the place and all over the world. We want to diffuse them. So that way we can free up our cellular memory system or our cellular hard drive, and you can embody and anchor higher vibrational cosmic energies. Otherwise, if you cannot process them, and if your system is storing a lot of trauma and abuse and betrayal and fear and all those energies that are not beneficial, and if your system is storing a lot of lack and limitations, then you will simply pass through a lot of energy, and you will allow that to pass through you, but you won't absorb it. So that's why it's showing up as a really important step for us and for our consciousness evolution. So what we're going to be doing in this particular program, Heal Cellular Imprints of Your Second Brain, is to look at your entire enteric nervous system and isolate patterns of fear, trauma, abuse, anxiety, all these energies. So the reason this class is a little different, because we are addressing particular issues like trauma, abuse, and we are looking at where is this energy stored, as opposed to we are looking at as opposed to looking at, let's say, your overall system to see what needs to be in harmony. So now we are addressing the microcosm, and we are looking at these are some of the major issues. Let's dissolve them. So we will go through the entire system: the stomach, the intestines, the esophagus, the entire enteric nervous system, and we will look at stored memories and cellular imprints that's not beneficial. So let me give you an example. So this is actually a fairy stone, but this can be your stomach too. So on the lining and all around the stomach and these different organs, you have the memory systems, right? And you have almost like there are discs that are connected to your the entire enteric nervous system and the organs that are a part of it. So when you hold on to these energies and information, then you get triggered time to time, and you may think that it's not working, or it's not for me, or I do all these things but nothing really works. So we want to diffuse that energy. So that's why it's really important that we come together and we really address the physical memory systems of our body, the physical system, the any type of physical, emotional, mental, verbal trauma that we experienced in our life, or that got passed down to us from previous generations. So we're going to be working on diffusing them, and I've been playing with a particular type of mixture of some stellar energies and earth energies and different properties from the primary elements, earth, air, fire, water. So we'll be using those mixtures to go deeper into these physical layers and dissolve and diffuse these energies. Now, those of you who are connected, I have heard that some of you are already experiencing certain sensations around your GI tract, the stomach, the intestines, and these enteric nervous system, and you have stuff coming up. I haven't done the class yet, so it's interesting when I notice that some of you are very connected to the process and to the system, so you already start to feel the information before it happens. So as I develop the program and as I set up the container for all the people and all the members who are going to be a part of this, you begin to experience certain sensations. So if you're experiencing that, just notice it, and we will flush it out. And in the class, we will go deeper and look at dissolving all these memory systems that's not beneficial and all these imprints that are causing a lot of stuck patterns. So this is something you can use for as long as you want. I would recommend using it at least once a month for the next year or so. More than that would be great. The sooner you want to go deep, the faster you want to process. It's up to you. You will just move faster, but make sure that you pay attention to your body and your needs. So just play with that energy, okay? So I really look forward to exploring this with you. And right now, I'm going to do a mini processing. So wherever you are, well, as long as you're not driving, actually, if you're driving, you shouldn't be watching this anyway. But let's close your eyes for a couple of minutes and let's do a little bit of processing. Once I finalize the process, I will use that for the full program and the actual processing. At this moment, I will just do a little bit of deep cleansing of your system, the stomach, the intestines, the esophagus, the enteric nervous system. So I'm not going to go too deep because it's just going to be maybe like a minute or two process. But let's do a little bit of processing so you can notice what comes up for you and what needs to shift inside you. So close your eyes, focus on your heart, and just begin to breathe in and out deeply and gently. And let me isolate your system. And let's look at some of the patterns of information, trauma, abuse that you're holding on to that's not beneficial and you want to let this go. So I'm just going to isolate what pops up immediately, and since I use a holographic process, it doesn't matter where you are or when you listen or watch, the process will isolate you and your information, and you will receive your custom version of it. So now I'm going to run a little bit of stellar energies through your system. Just notice your sensations. Have the goal to dissolve and release some of the issues that are causing disharmony in your life, trauma, abuse, or other patterns, or if you have experienced something specific, simply tune into that. Let's dissolve that. Just keep your eyes closed and keep breathing in and out deeply and gently. I will be quiet for a little bit as I do the processing for you. Let's have the energy move through your stomach and your intestines and the cells. Let's begin to dissolve whatever pops up as the first thing you want to shift. I'm simply noticing the information that shows up in the hologram in front of me. So let's dissolve your particular issue. Whatever you're ready to let go of, let's initiate that shift. Allow the energy to spiral through the cells and all those memory systems that are connected to that particular event. And let's begin to soften that energy and flush it out of your system. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently. Rub your hands together and gently open your eyes. Alright, so notice how that feels, or what type of sensation you get. Some of you may be visual, you may get images, or you may have thoughts popping up, or you may, some of you may feel more, you may have noticed different sensations. Some of you may have had random thoughts coming off of events. So nothing's really random. As I run the process, those thoughts, feelings, images, events that popped up, they're all connected. So notice what shifts around that particular area, and you can continue to listen and watch this particular segment of the video to keep that processing going and flush it out of your system. So I hope you explore the process and join me for the full live stream. It's gonna be most likely between an hour and two, maybe an hour and a half. Just spend that extra time, and we will also have a follow-up class, so that way you can receive additional support and get additional processing done for anything else that's going to be coming up. So thanks for watching, and thanks for exploring with me. Let's continue to go deeper. Now remember, the live stream opens up, it's the registration is open now. It's gonna be happening very soon. So play with that energy, notice what comes up for you, and let's do some deep inner shift of your cellular imprints and heal some of these old memories, so that you can embody stronger vibration of cosmic energies for you. So take care. Bye.